Hello everybody. If you saw part 1, then you already know what's going on. So essentially I'm doing a love reading for all of the signs, February 14th through the 16th, 2020. I should have just put out a pick a stack Valentine's Day special reading. My phone did separate it into 2 videos, so if that's going to create any trouble, I might just have to put it up with the last 5 minutes cut off. Because for some reason when I upload 2 clips into my program and I try to export it, it renders the entire video. It corrupts the file for some reason, so if I wait like 5 hours to render it, or to export it, sorry, it will just not be available, and so do not know. So if that's the case, then that won't be a thing, but I'll try to make it a thing. So anyways, we did Aries through Virgo, actually, for the part 1 of the video. So we're going to be going through with Libra through Pisces again. Time and energy are fluid. If something doesn't resonate, don't make it fit. It may apply to you at a later date. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Use your intuition. Not everything will be for you, but for what is, that's all the better. Yes, so we're going to actually start out with Libra. Lovely Libra. I love Libras, man. I don't know. Y'all are pretty chill. Y'all are really good conversationalists. And I think for me, because I have so much earth and water in my chart, the air energy and the fire energy in other people's charts that I associate with, it's refreshing. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a nice balance. I feel like I've known more Libras than any other sign just within the past like 5 or 6 years. So yeah, y'all are chilling. So let's see what we got. Love for y'all, February 14th to the 16th, weekend love reading. What Spirit has for it today? We have 7 of Pentacles reversed, 9 of Wands, and the Hermit reversed. Ooh, look at that card. That is such a nice card. That's why I love this deck. Some of the illustrations for like the major arcana is so beautiful, and the court cards too. So let's see, and they have it color coded. It's so nice. Okay, so initially what I'm getting here, 7 of Pentacles reversed and the 9 of Wands, the Hermit in reverse, and so I'm being told like you're just too stuck in your head right now. From what I know of Libras and Libra placements, and some kind of characteristics, like you do tend to toil over things in your mind quite often because Libras have that extreme ability to communicate, but sometimes you can like go in so many different directions that there needs to be kind of an organization before going forward with a conversation. And so in the context of love, essentially I feel like you're just getting too caught up in your head. I think you're overthinking. There are no swords on the table, but this does feel like it's a huge overthinking energy, and that's what's kind of stopping you moving forward. I'm getting this feeling of you feeling like you're stopped in your tracks. You're not necessarily going the direction you want to go because you're so caught up in your head, and you're almost like a deer in headlights is kind of what I'm seeing here. And so let's kind of clarify these and see what advice Spirit has for you to move out of this energy for the weekend, or even after, if this applies, if it applies back to last week, or if it applies a month from now, or even a year from now. It really doesn't matter. These messages can apply at any time. And again, this can apply to any part of your chart. It does not have to be a Libra Sun, Moon, Venus. It can be any part of your chart. Which I actually don't think I have any Libra placements. I think I might have Libra in my 8th or 9th house. Or maybe 6th house, I'm not sure. I have 0 Libra placements in my chart. So let's see. Okay, we have 2 of Swords reversed. We have the Devil reversed. And Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, man. So yeah, I think, the situation you may be dealing with, if you are talking to somebody, or if you're thinking about making a move with somebody and you're kind of caught up in your head and you're like, I don't know if I should, what if they say this, what if they say that, what if they don't feel the same way, this, that, and the third. It's like learning to put a stop to that, really taking the time to be like just know that you got it, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to worry about somebody, if you don't have to worry about whether somebody's gonna be about you or not, like you got the sauce. I don't know how else, I'm trying to think of a way to put it into terms that would make sense, but I'm just getting all these random sayings. You got this. You got this. You're stressing it. Don't even stress it. Like, get out of your head. Like, the devil's not trying to mess with you. Like, this is you. There's no entities trying to be like, oh, like, you're not good enough, this and that. I feel like a lot of this comes from, you know, maybe relationships in the past where things didn't work out the way you thought they would, and it left you feeling insecure. Or maybe somebody stood you up, or maybe it was a situationship that just fell through, or maybe like maybe you're just in a space of healing your inner childhood trauma where I'm being told that you may not have gotten the love that you feel like you deserved as a child, and recognizing like that can have, you know, long-lasting impacts, and taking time to heal that. You know, even going to therapy can be a big help. You know, if therapy is something that you resonate with, you know, definitely go for that. And like, you know, there's nothing weak about needing help. There's nothing wrong with needing help or going to therapy. If that's what you feel guided to, you know, do you. You got this. But Two of Swords in the reverse right now, what the Ace of Pentacles is showing me with all these cards surrounding it, it's like, you know, the reason that this isn't starting is because you're stuck in your head. You're not making the decision internally to move forward. And keep in mind, like, if you're associating with a divine partner, or anybody for that matter, you know, our energy affects each other, our thoughts affect each other. And so this person is probably picking up on the indecisiveness. They're picking up on the fact that you may be feeling a little bit torn about whether you want to move forward for whatever reasons that you are feeling. But taking time to like step back from that, and if this is somebody you know well enough, you feel like you can communicate this with, you know, have an open conversation. Tell them your fears about relationships. Tell them your fears about starting something new. Tell them your fears about taking things to the next level if you're already in a relationship with them. And even if you're not talking to somebody, taking time to understand your fears of intimacy, fears of love in general, fears of commitment, you know, seeing where that comes from. Kind of like, you know, doing like a past life regression meditation even, or just like even just a timeline healing where you look at specific aspects of your life and see like, okay, this might be affecting, like this very particular event, while it may seem small, can snowball into us getting into these kinds of predicaments within our mind. So I think that's really ultimately Spirit's message to you, is just get out of your head, drop into your heart, find a balance between the two, and communicate. You know, that's what you're good at. Libras, y'all are amazing communicators. Like, use that to your advantage, and trust that the right people will want to have those open conversations. You know, of just emotional intimacy is so important, and the right person will support that if you support that in you, if that is something you desire. So thank you, Libra. Much love to you. I'm gonna go ahead and move on. So we're going on to Scorpio. Oh, Scorpios. I love Scorpios, man. I got a lot of Scorpio on my chart too. I got a Scorpio moon, I have a Scorpio Pluto, Scorpio midheaven. Oh boy. I think that's it. I think I only have 3. But I have like, I have the moon opposing my Pluto, I believe. And I also have the sun opposing Pluto. Yeah, I got a lot of, basically people that have read my chart have told me that they feel sorry for me, they feel bad, and they're like, I feel so bad for some of the placements you had. But to me, it's so normal, you know what I mean? The Scorpionic energy is just, I mean, I've always just been such an emotional person, I've always been so deep. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm so deep, like, yeah, dude, not like fake deep, but just, I'm very in touch with myself, and I'm very sensitive in that regard, and that's a big reason I keep my circle very small and very selective with who I associate with, because I'm so sensitive, and I've learned to set those energetic boundaries. But, you know, Scorpionic energy is very special, as is every sign. Every sign has their special energy, but I have a soft spot for Scorpios, and I notice I tend to be friends with Scorpio moons particularly, and I know a lot of people that resonate with my content on Instagram. It turns out they have Scorpio moons, and I'm just like, oh, wow. So Scorpio sun and Scorpio moon, I notice, are the people I associate with the most, aside from Libras. But anyways, Scorpio, what have we got for you February 14th to February 16th? We have 3 of Pentacles reversed, and we have Page of Cups reversed, and we have Judgment. So right now, I'm being told you need to face your fears. Face your fears of intimacy. This is specifically what's coming through for me right now. What I'm seeing with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, Three of Pentacles to me represents a card of balance. Balance in the mind, body, and soul. And that's how I actually like to see that card. But in the reverse, I feel like the reason you may be feeling off balance is because you're not necessarily, I don't know, it's weird. It's like an interesting feeling. It's like, you know what you need to work on, but it's almost like you've done so much inner work already that you're just like tired, and you're like, you know what, like, I don't want to do the inner work today. I don't want to deal with that today. And that's cool. Like, you should be able to take that space, take that time to yourself, but also realize like it's going to be there to an extent if it isn't faced. And so kind of finding that balance between, you know, when should I face this? When should I step away from this? When is the appropriate time to face this? You know, because we have busy lives, we're busy people. And, you know, those emotions can get intense, especially with the scorpionic energy in there. And recognizing, like, not everybody is going to be comfortable getting that deep. So I'm being shown, like, there may be a situation where, or just multiple situations where you may, you know, start talking to somebody and you're just naturally being, you know, your scorpionic self, and you start kind of getting deep, and but like really deep, and almost kind of like a deep, dark kind of energy that really, you know, that really just like in the depths that Scorpio gets. And, you know, there may be a lot of people that aren't comfortable getting that deep within themselves. And so that often will kind of scare people away, because they know that if they continue the connection, that they're going to have to face some things that they may have been avoiding. And so what I'm being told is like, okay, so these failed situationships or relationships, they're not all reflections of you. Oftentimes it is reflections of the other person. And so with Judgment in the reverse, I'm seeing that this person, Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups in the reverse, you may have had a falling out with, or you guys may be at a standstill, or things may have become unbalanced. A lot of it is because, you know, you may be bringing stuff up in them that they're not ready to face. And so, and if they are facing it, you know, it takes, you know, everybody has their own pace, and learning to be patient with that pace, and not holding people to the standard that you hold yourself to of processing specific emotions and things of the sort. So we're going to go ahead and get a quick after this one here, quick clarification. Shuffle, we got the Sun in reversed, the Lovers, and Eight of Swords. Yeah, so what I'm seeing here with the Sun in reverse and the Lovers is I'm just being told like this is like a blessing in disguise. And the Lovers, while it does often represent decisions, I feel like in this case this does represent a person that you're dealing with. This is showing me that the relationship isn't in the state you think it is. And just because this person may be distant does not mean that they don't love you. Does not mean that this will never move to the next level, or does not mean that there will not be commitment on the table. But, you know, I think a lot of people need to be ready for that. They need to be ready to go deep within themselves. And in order for them to meet you in that depth, you know, they need to find that balance in themselves, to know that they are capable of connecting on a deep level in a healthy way. Because I feel like we often misunderstand what it means to connect deeply. We think it's like enmeshing ourselves with the person and taking on all of their problems and helping them through everything, when in reality it's learning to set that energetic and emotional boundary while still respecting each other's needs, respecting each other's emotions, and still respecting our own in that same regard. And so what I'm seeing here with this person you're dealing with, like, it doesn't look like this is like ending or this is over. It's more so like a phase in the relationship where there just needs to be time for things to balance out. You know, this Eight of Swords can often represent feeling stuck when you're not actually stuck. You're the one that's keeping yourself in the state of feeling stuck, because you're looking at it like, so you have like this kind of like tunnel vision on the relationship, and you need to kind of like broaden that and not hold so fast to like, oh, it needs to look like this, and because it doesn't look like this, like, it's not what I thought it was. It's like, no, it's not what you thought it was. It's something completely different, but that doesn't mean it's not what you need or what you may want. That may still happen. I know that sounds a little confusing, but it's basically understanding that, like, your whole perception on relationships is changing because you're recognizing that not everybody can meet you as deep as you want them to meet you, and you have to let them meet you at their own pace. And that's what creates comfort and space to grow within a relationship, by allowing people to grow at their own pace and not forcing them to grow along with you. And also realizing that sometimes, we do outgrow people. I don't know if you just heard my stomach growl, excuse me. I don't know. We sometimes will outgrow people, and people may outgrow us, and we have to be okay with that. But really what I'm seeing is just letting things be as they are without trying to control them, realizing that you're not as stuck as you think you are. But I love you, Scorpio. Y'all got this. I know it can be difficult to give people space when you want to connect with them so badly, but sometimes you gotta let that be its own thing. So we're moving on to Sagittarius. I don't know if I know many Sags. What do you say? I have known one Sagittarius friend. Other than that, not really many. I don't really know many Sagittarius. Which I find interesting. I always find it weird that I'm not really conversed with that much of a particular sign. So let's actually see what the universe has for you today, Sag. February 14th to the 16th, we have the 8 of Cups reversed, we have the Knight of Cups reversed, and then we have the World. So what I'm seeing here is you need to learn to walk away from people who are going to keep you feeling stagnant and stuck. So the World card can often represent cycles. The World card is actually also represented by all the elements, and so to me, this is a different version of the Magician. So to me, this is the Magician from the macro perspective of the universe, while the Magician can be the individual perspective of, coalescing of all the elements, while the World is kind of a balancing of the external reality, bringing cycles to a close, bringing things full circle, and recognizing that the situation may have run its course, and you have to learn to accept that. You can't just you can't try to force things to work if they're not working. And if they're not working, oftentimes it's for a reason. There may be you may need to come back to this person at a different point in consciousness. Okay, this card is stuck out, so we're actually going to take it. 4 of Cups, yeah. You need to evaluate how you're giving yourself away to this person. You need to evaluate how you're abandoning your emotional needs. Yeah, and essentially that's really not going to happen until you take space for yourself. If you try to define yourself in the context of a relationship, we oftentimes will lose ourselves and not have a really fair idea of what it is we need, because we think our needs are so defined by what someone else wants. And we think our needs are to give to them, when in reality we need to give to ourselves. So we have the Star, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. And so I feel like the 10 of Pentacles in this context is the minor arcana version of the World. 10 of Pentacles can also represent cycles. But given that we do have the Star, I'm seeing this as really just, it is divinely orchestrated, as most things are, but it's learning to trust the higher process of this situation, learning to trust the guidance that you're getting, trying to figure out a way to come to terms with the situation, finding balance with things ending, coming to peace with things falling apart, and that's just okay. And realizing that right now is a good time to focus on building your life. If something is not working and somebody is draining your energy and things are just clashing, take a step back, focus on yourself, build your life, build your career, focus on your passions, focus on your family, on your friends, and just love everything that you do have, and stop focusing so much on the fact that this isn't working out. Because chances are, if it worked out the way you wanted it to, it might actually end way worse than it's ending now. So that's really all I got for you, Sagittarius. I hope that wasn't too harsh of a message. I know sometimes, tarot can come through a little bit harsh, but, I feel like sometimes we need those harsh truths. And as a tarot reader, I do feel like it's my responsibility to deliver the cards as I see them. Don't shoot the messenger, please. I'm channeling spirit. It's really just not all me. So if I've hurt you anywhere, if I've offended you, I really do deeply apologize. It's not my intention to. I'm really just doing this to help you grow and help you become a better person. So, you got this. You got this, Sagittarius. Much love to you though, but now I must move to Capricorn. So, hello Cappy. I love Capricorn energy because I have a lot of it in my chart. I have Capricorn rising, I have a Capricorn Uranus and Neptune retrograde, and then I have a Capricorn North node. So Capricorn messages and just general Capricorn lessons are a huge thing for me in this incarnation. And needless to say, I know what it means to be a Capricorn in the sense I have to tame my workaholic nature because I tend to work. And then when I want to take a break from what I'm working on, I work on something else because to me it's fun. So, especially in relationships, I'm always like, I need to, like, how can we, like, engineer this relationship to be better? I'm always trying to find little nooks and crannies. So, let's see what we got here, Capricorn, for you. Love, 14th to the 16th, we do have the Seven of Swords reversed, Queen of Swords reversed, and the Ace of Swords. So what I'm seeing right now is you are seeing things clearly. You are seeing things for what they are. You are seeing this person's true colors. You're seeing the fact that they have actually turned their back on you is what I'm seeing. Either you or somebody else has turned their backs. So it's like somebody is fed up. They are fed up with the conflict. They are fed up with the fighting. They are fed up with the little petty arguments. But they are also not happy with the emotional distance. Because I feel like the emotional distance and the miscommunication has what has led to this kind of swift cutting people out of your life energy, whether it is you or somebody else. It seems to be the kind of overarching theme for this reading. So let's go ahead and clarify these a little bit. And if this is somebody you're thinking of cutting out, the Ace of Swords is telling me that maybe right now is a good time to find a little mental clarity before just completely cutting somebody out. Because I do feel like there are many things that can be worked through, especially if it's a healthy relationship to begin with. And there's already healthy aspects. I do feel like healthy conflict can be very beneficial, and this actually feels like that might be the case. I'm seeing like two different situations. I'm seeing a situation where somebody was like completely like, fuck this, I'm out. This is too much for me right now. And then there's another one where you guys are like, oh, you know what, we're having some like conflict here and there, but I think we can work through this together, but I think I need a little bit of time to myself to determine how to move forward with this relationship. So to clarify this, we do have the Nine of Cups, we do have the Six of Wands, and the Five of Swords reversed. Yeah, so what I'm getting right now, Nine of Cups is a very independent emotional energy. It can also represent coming to the close of intense emotional cycles, but it is not in the reverse, so we're not seeing any overindulgences here. But what I am seeing is the fact that we have the Six of Wands with the Five of Swords reversed, is there's a balance coming into this situation. So this seems to be going on to the kind of second half of the story that we got. So the time for clarity is needed, and that's essentially what is going to lead to a more balanced, reciprocal, passionate relationship. Even if it's somebody, like I'm being told this may be somebody you've been with for years, maybe you're married, and this is something where you may be reaching a point in a relationship where it is getting a bit difficult. You know, I've heard things about the 7th year of the relationship tends to be a very tough year. And so if that's you and you're in your 7th year of the relationship, I don't know much about that. That is just something I've heard. Take it with a grain of salt. Please do not force it if it doesn't fit. But also realizing like it's okay to have little fights here and there. It's only natural. You're humans. Not everybody is going to vibe on every single aspect of the relationship, but realizing like the energy here is possible to move out of this conflict, but that is going to take some independent soul searching is what I'm hearing. So yeah, if you really want this to balance out, if this is something you want to work on with this person, you know, both of you need to take the time to understand yourselves, have a very healthy communication, healthy conversation about what's going on between you, and figure out healthy solutions to connect on a deeper level. So yeah, this doesn't feel terrible at all. It feels really, really nice. Like there's a lot of love here in the situation, but it's just going to take time to get past some of the things that may have caused you guys pain. So we're going to, oh, thank you, Capricorn. All right, moving a little quick. Love you, Capricorn. Thank you so much. I wish the best of luck to you. We're going to move on to Aquarius. Yeah, I've known like one Aquarius, I think. It was interesting, man. Aquarius, y'all are trippy. Like, oh, okay, no, I've known a few people with some placements. Y'all are trippy. It's like, especially when there's like other placements with the Aquarius placement, there tends to be this. To me, what it feels like is like an alien experience, like an alien encounter, in the sense of like there will be like personality shifts, like boom, like one minute you get like a certain aspect of the chart, and then the next minute the Aquarian nature turns on, and you're like, am I talking to the same person here? But it's like you realize like it obviously is. I'm not trying to ostracize anybody or anything like that. It's a fun experience. It makes things interesting. So let's see what the universe has for you, Aquarius. Ooh, I do have Aquarius Saturn in my first house, and my Saturn return is coming up here in March when it moves into Aquarius. So that should be very interesting. Anyways, let's see what Spirit has for you. 14th through the 16th, we do have 8 of Cups reversed, 6 of Pentacles reversed. We have Knight of Swords reversed. Okay. So what I'm being told right now is you are essentially kind of being guided to walk away from anything that is not reciprocal. Honestly, and I usually don't include bottom. I didn't plan on including the bottom of the deck, but this is sticking out to me, which is the 2 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. And so it's like, I'm feeling like you're at a crossroads right now, and you need to make a decision. It's like, do you want to continue to put up with somebody that is not being reciprocal, but also recognizing that like people are not required to reciprocate? And so now you're at a crossroads of, do I want to continue with this person knowing that they are emotionally unavailable, knowing that they're not going to open up the way I want them to, knowing that they are not going to show me the love that I want to be shown, or they're not loving me the way I feel like I need to be loved, and learning to come to terms with, you don't have to get everything out of one relationship. So let's say like you really love this person, but you don't get a specific emotional fulfillment from them. You know, obviously give that emotional fulfillment to yourself, but realize like you don't have to get that just from that person. You know, there are plenty of other people in the world that can give you various types of emotional fulfillment. It doesn't all have to come from one person, which means you don't have to completely cut this person out. You can maybe just change the way you interact with this person. It can go vice versa, but I'm really feeling like this is somebody you may be dealing with. Again, this Aquarian placement can be anywhere in your chart. We're actually going to clarify this real quick. Let's see what we get. Nope. I always wanted to come out, so what do we got here? Perfect. 3 cards. We have Justice, 6 of Pentacles reversed again, and King of Cups. Yeah, so what I'm seeing right here is I think in order to bring balance into this situation, you essentially need to either change the way you interact with this person or give your cup to somebody else. Give your cup of love to somebody else. You know, if this person doesn't appreciate what you're giving them, if they don't appreciate the love you're giving them, stop giving it to them. Like ultimately, like you're the one keeping yourself in the situation. I know it's kind of like a harsh truth, but it's like if you're continuously giving to somebody that you love and they're not really just like there for you in the way you need them to be, then like you gotta like at some point you gotta stop, because the more you continue to give this person, you're just giving your power away. Giving your power away. And so these cards are telling me like you need to get real with yourself and realize how you may have been sabotaging yourself in this relationship, placing expectations on a relationship that don't need to be there, and understanding why you place those expectations. So I'm actually, just to clarify this bottom of the deck, because you know, I feel like you need a little bit of love right now. Yeah, five of Swords. And so I'm feeling like a lot of this internal conflict is coming from your own misperceptions of the situation. I feel like you're painting a picture of the situation to be something that you think it is, but it's not. And because you hold on to this idea and you idealize this person, it's just completely like shutting down any opportunities to connect on the level that would work, opposed to what you're trying to make work. And so what I'm seeing is finding new ways to connect with this person that don't involve you repeating the same behaviors, because this person is going to see that as okay. They're going to be like, oh, this person doesn't mind if I receive all this love and attention and affection and I don't give it back to them. They're okay with that. Even if they're not in a place to give that back, they're recognizing like, okay, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with that. They're okay with that. There doesn't seem to be a problem. And so also, if you do plan on communicating with them about this, tread carefully. Recognize that they may not even understand what's going on, especially if you do not give any type of clear communication. They may not even know you're feeling this way. And so I think the Five of Swords right now is kind of like just be cautious. Like if you do say something, do it from a place of not blaming them, but like saying, hey, like I've kind of been feeling like this lately, and this is why. Instead of saying like, oh, you need to do this and I feel like this, or you make me feel like this. No, like make it about you in the sense of like, okay, this is why I'm feeling this way. Understand it before you go forward. But that's what I got for you, Aquarius. Spirit's really coming through strong for you today. Got some strong messages for the weekends. But I love you, Aquarius. Everything's gonna be fine. It sounds like you need to love on yourself a little bit more and look for different types of love in different places. So yeah. Now we move on to Pisces, our final reading of this weekend love reading, which has been really fun actually. I mean, like a blast doing this. Like it's really cool because I'm just in pure channel mode this whole time. And so I feel like I'm not really here, if that makes sense. Like I'm here, I'm in my body, but I'm out there right now. I'm in the astral, man. It feels great. And I would imagine, especially because I just got through Aquarius and Pisces, that energy is just so dreamy is really what it feels like. It's just like floating in the headspace, but like I don't know, bleeding love from my heart space. I don't know, it sounds kind of like graphic, but anyways. So Pisces, what do we have for you for February 14th to the 16th? Let's see. We have Ace of Wands, 10 of Wands reversed, and the 8 of Cups. So what I'm seeing right now, it's kind of, it's like a contradictory energy. It's like this Ace of Wands and this 8 of Cups is showing me like, it's like you may be dealing with somebody that isn't completely making you happy, but they're kind of making you happy. And so you're in the space of like you want that 10 of Cups, like you want that emotional fulfillment with this person because there's so much that you love about them, but there just seems to be something missing. And this 10 of Wands in the reverse is like, it's almost like I'm seeing you're not putting an end to the same cycles. Oh, okay, this is what's going on. You're settling. Why are you settling, Pisces? Why are you settling when you know you can have so much more than what you're settling for? That's exactly what I'm feeling. It's like, you know that you love this person and you know that they make you happy, but I'm just seeing that this is just not as fulfilling as you thought it would be. And I think maybe that's why you feel like you need to stick it out. Maybe you feel obligated. You feel like you've already made some kind of commitment, even if it's internal, and you don't feel comfortable stepping away from that. But sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes you need to learn to step away if it's not something that's going to make you happy, because that'll create space for something to come in that will make you happy. But also recognizing that happiness can always come within. And actually, you know what? Oh wait, what is this? Nope. So here we go. Emperor reversed, Star reversed, and the 8 of Swords. So yep, I feel like right now you are keeping yourself stuck in a situation that has run its course. That is exactly what I'm being shown right here. 8 of Swords indicates, being tied, feeling tied and bound, but actually being able to slip out of that so easily. And I feel like the universe has been trying to show you this for a while. The Star reverse is indicating you're kind of ignoring your intuition, you're ignoring your higher self, you're ignoring your guides, you're ignoring everything and anything that is not aligning with this person for some reason. And the Emperor in the reverse is telling me, like, you need to get on your shit, in the sense of, like, not to be, like, harsh or rude, but that Piscean, flowy water energy, it's beautiful and it's great, but, like, you need to learn to not let that be the only thing that dictates how you move in love and in life. And so what I'm seeing here with the Emperor, this is an opportunity to essentially, if you turn these two cards up, right, that would mean you're following your guidance, you're trusting yourself, you're knowing what you need to do, you're taking yourself out of situations that are not fulfilling, and you're standing in your power, you're just like fulfilling yourself. And I think that's kind of the message here. It's like, you don't need this person to fulfill you, so if that means walking away, you're gonna be just as fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? And if this person is doing some shady shit, like, recognizing that and like not brushing it under the rug. Because the longer you brush it under the rug, the longer it's going to continue. So it's kind of like you need to like stand up for yourself, like set boundaries, maintain those boundaries, and learn when to walk away, honestly. But that's really all I got for you, Pisces. You know, it sounds like you got a beautiful thing going here, but at some point you got to recognize when things run their course and when to walk away. Again, if this doesn't resonate, please don't force it. I'm not trying to get you to walk away from somebody you're in love with, you know. This is really just applying, I'm shuffling, I'm done. This is really just applying to if you are in a situation where you feel like you need to move forward, but you're keeping yourself there because you're kind of happy and there's memories there, but it's okay. So if you made it this long, or if you watch any of the signs, even if you've done cross-watching, I'm not judging you. You know, I do it too. I'm not gonna lie, I do it too sometimes. I really, seriously, I appreciate y'all so much. Like, the more I start to do this, you know, the funner and the easier it becomes for me to do this. And I'm just honestly so blessed that I get to even do this. Like, have the capability to do this. Like, Spirit allows me to channel such beautiful messages and sometimes some very harsh truths, but I feel like some very needed truths. If you would like to book a personal reading, you know, I have details in the description. You know, send me an email, you know, jazargoshepard@gmail.com. You can find me on Instagram, you know, jazargoshepard. But yeah, you know, details in the description. I shall try to timestamp everything. If you didn't find your sign, there is a part 1 to this video. And it has Aries through Libra. This one was, oh no, sorry, Aries through Virgo. This one is Libra through Pisces. So yeah, you know, feel free to watch if it resonates. But yeah, that's it. I love you all so much, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.